At the age of 6 months, I was adopted by a family who has already 5 kids. And it was a wild and weird adoption case, that's all I'm gonna say. I had really challenging and tough in bad childhood and adulthood. Well, because I was adopted, I didn't belong to nobody. That's number one. Number two, because I was a genius. Because I was the motherfucking genius. Yeah, I was a motherfucking genius. We didn't know about the IQ at the time, but I was a genius. This is the old story. And why am I telling you this? Because there is always a moral of my stories. I always have gold at the end of my rainbow. You know what I'm saying? So much potential, so many beautiful big dreams. You have no idea. But the environment was super toxic. There is adaptation and adoption, if you didn't know. And who is adapting, you might ask? I'll let you guess. I was sold and told and fed so many lies and stories, and I believed them because I didn't know any better. I didn't know the truth, you know what I'm saying? It was my first experience of hell. And from that hell, I just kept jumping from hell to hell by choice. The first one was not by choice, it was by default. But the other ones, they were my own choices and decisions because it was so cozy. Everything in every single hell that I made and took myself into, it was home, you know. Everything boils down to the choices and the decisions we make. They could have made a different decision to make my life easy and heaven like they did for their own kids, but no. There was so much jealousy, hatred, animosity, and so many colors and shapes of the collective ego and the collective shadow that I totally accepted as normal and made it my own belief, you know. Your own environment, specifically in the early stages of your own life as a kid, can either make you or break you, you know. That's where my own theory, you are either an extension or the opposite of your own representations, comes in play. The book is coming, no worries, I got it. A genius child in the wrong environment with the wrong people, with zero assistance, guidance, and help, would never reach the peak, okay? I had few breakthroughs right before my 20s, and guess what people's reactions was? You? We didn't know you had it in you. How did you do it? You just got lucky. And my reaction was always to just shrink myself and dim my light and sit in the crap and just, you know, agree with them. Yeah, you're right. I would just look, you know what I'm saying? I just got lucky. Anyway, my story is just an anchor. The ship is gonna be shipping anyway, and I'm pretty sure so many people can relate to my story. After watching The Big Bang Theory and Sheldon, first of all, it is beautifully, perfectly written. Perfect. As I was saying, after watching both shows for 4 times, Georgie was the GOAT. Georgie was the motherfucking genius. Georgie was the GOAT. Scapegoated, nevertheless, but he was so motherfucking genius. When you put these two characters, Georgie and Sheldon, side by side, you realize that the environment is everything. Sheldon has the IQ, but Georgie has the EQ. And to succeed in life, you need more EQ than the IQ. And when you look deeper into the nooks and crannies of both shows, you will see clearly the tapestry of the family dynamic. You will see the frustration, where the intention goes, the labeling and the favorism, all the good stuff. And don't even get me started with Messi, because Messi, there was this scene when everyone was raving and talking and praising Sheldon. Messi asked a very genuine question coming from a kid. How about me? How about me? Her mother said, well, you have a beautiful hair and cute little cheeks. And that was it. Checkmate, mate. She was walking through life with nothing but beautiful hair and cute cheekbones. You know what I'm saying? And you get to realize that Sheldon had all this IQ, but he couldn't function in life. Yeah, he was a genius, but he was so miserable. He made everyone around him miserable too. But Georgie, he was the GOAT. Fun fact about how Georgie got to express his genius is because of Sheldon. Georgie was unobserved, unwatched, while Sheldon had all the attention. Sheldon was never loved, never picked, never chosen. He was only tolerated. Always tolerated. And by the way, he had one of the worst cases that I have ever seen of undeveloped anima. And sadly, I'm not even surprised. He was never able to integrate and activate his anima. Actively, I mean. He did it by proxy. He literally just trained Penny and Leonard to become the siblings he always wanted. And he married, what's her name? What's her name? Amy, which was his mother. Man. Interesting. Interesting. Do you have a Georgie at home? Well, bitch, you know what to do. Focus on that. That's your salvation. Happy healing, y'all.